Well, just about every teenager you asked, Madison Messer, has surfed MySpace.com. In fact, many kids have their own page where they can talk about anything with anyone. Critics say that's made the online hangout popular with sexual predators as well. Well, now MySpace has created new technology called Sentinel Safe, aimed at keeping convicted sex offenders off its website. Cheli Cerra is a school principal and child success and safety expert. And Cheli, every time, you hear about it in the media all the time, a sexual predator is online trying to hook up with some teenager, right?
That's absolutely right. We have to be very careful where our kids go online.
And this thing, I mean, does it work? They're going to go through the database of sex offenders, and if you're a sex offender, MySpace gives you the boot. You can't go on there. You can't have a profile on there. It may not be the cure-all, Cheli, but it's a step in the right direction nonetheless.
It's exactly right, and I'm so glad that MySpace is being proactive because they do have staff that are also searching for some profiles that have been given to them by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. In fact, 1 out of 7 children have been approached inappropriately online. And what's important to know is that MySpace is being proactive and taking measures to keep these sexual predators off of the Internet.
And this is not a MySpace commercial, by the way. MySpace owned by the parent company of this very network. But as we said, it's going incrementally toward that right direction. But parents can often be lulled into a false sense of security by these types of programs, and they shouldn't be.
No, they should not. Parents need to be very aware of where their children are surfing online. They should go online with them. They also need to tell their children certain tools. For instance, never put any personal information anywhere on the Internet. That includes schools that you attend. That includes your address or even your phone number. And some kids do this, or pictures. They should not be putting any of their pictures online.
Because it's not just convicted sex offenders looking for kids. We see it all the time that people who have not yet been convicted are online in droves looking for people to prey on.
That's exactly right. So if parents are aware, keep the computer in a place where you know what your children are doing when they're online. Keep monitoring. Schools, I know many schools have Internet programs that teach safety to kids. We need to teach our kids tools, and hopefully together with all these laws that are being enforced now by the government for sexual predators, we will keep our kids safe, because the Internet is a great educational resource, and we want to make sure that kids are going on, but at the same time they're being safe doing it.
Going on these sites, Cheli, I mean, are these sites, MySpace and Friendster, are they doing more harm than good? I mean, are they creating better friend networks than alienating, I guess, other parts of the population?
Well, a lot of kids are doing what they call cyber networking, which means, they might have friends from all across, their county or different schools that they attend, if they have pen pals in other countries. But again, it could be creating problems because sometimes people will create profiles to disguise themselves as maybe a 14, 15, or 16-year-old, and they're not. So that's why parents need to be very aware and know who the profile of the child who is on MySpace is. Are they really friends, or are they fictitious friends?
There's the orchestra. Cheli Cerra, thanks very much. Fox News Live with Catherine Harridge on deck at 4 Eastern. But first, we've got a squirrely story to tell you about. But for once, it doesn't involve them water skiing squirrels. Coming up next.